Ever wish you could read people like a book? Body language, facial expressions, tone, our brains are constantly sending signals we don't even realize. In this video, you'll learn 8 powerful psychological tricks that can help you understand what people are really thinking, even if they never say a word. Let's unlock the secrets. Most people focus on facial expressions when trying to read someone, but the feet? That's where the real honesty is hiding. Why? Because we're taught to control our facial expressions. We smile when we're nervous, nod even when we disagree. But our feet? They're not trained. They often reveal what a person is actually feeling, without them even knowing. For example, if someone is talking to you but their feet are pointed toward the door, that's a sign they want to leave. They may be smiling politely, but their body is already halfway out. If their feet are pointing toward you, it shows genuine interest and engagement. Nervous foot tapping or shifting weight from side to side usually means discomfort or anxiety. Stillness can mean confidence or control, but it can also be a sign someone is freezing up under pressure. Context is key. Another tip: if you're in a group and someone consistently angles their feet toward a specific person, they're probably most interested in them, either positively or negatively. So next time you're in a meeting, on a date, or having a casual conversation, don't just listen to the words or watch the face. Look down. The feet won't lie. Want to know if someone is being genuine or just saying what you want to hear? Here's a psychological trick that works like magic. Stay silent for 3 seconds after they stop talking. Why does this work? Because silence makes people uncomfortable. When you pause, especially after they've answered a tough question, you're creating just enough tension to see what's underneath their surface response. Most people are trained to give a safe answer first, especially when they feel watched or judged. But when you pause and say nothing, their brain starts to panic. Did I say the right thing? Do they believe me? Should I say more? That's when the truth starts to slip out. This trick is often used by therapists, investigators, and even skilled negotiators. After a pause, people often add a second sentence, and that's where the honesty usually lives. It might be an admission, a contradiction, or a flash of vulnerability. The key is to maintain eye contact, nod subtly, and show that you're listening, but resist the urge to fill the silence. Let the moment breathe. You're not being rude. You're giving them room to reveal more. And once you master this pause, you'll start seeing how quickly people reveal their true feelings, sometimes without even realizing they're doing it. When it comes to reading someone's emotions, few things are more revealing than the eyebrows. That's right. Those tiny lines of hair above the eyes are like emotional highlighters for the human face. You see, the face can lie, but it usually does a bad job hiding micro-expressions. Those fast, involuntary reactions that flash for just a fraction of a second. And eyebrows are at the center of it all. Here's a breakdown of what to look for. Eyebrows raised quickly, just for a moment. That often means surprise or a subconscious signal of interest. One eyebrow raised can signal skepticism or disbelief, like they're questioning you, even if their words don't. Furrowed brows with a crease between the eyes? That's usually a sign of confusion, frustration, or concern. And if the eyebrows are pulled up and together? That's a classic sign of sadness or empathy. Most people don't train their eyebrows. They might learn to control a smile or rehearse their tone, but eyebrows, they just react. That's what makes them so revealing. Want to test this out? Watch someone during a conversation where emotions shift quickly, like when they hear unexpected news or face a challenging question. You'll notice their eyebrows react before their mouth does. And once you train your eye to catch these small cues, you'll start reading emotional states faster than people can speak them. It's subtle, but incredibly powerful. The eyes might be the windows to the soul, but they're also GPS trackers for the mind. One powerful way to read someone is by observing where they look when they think. There's a theory in psychology called lateral eye movement. While it's not foolproof or universally agreed upon, many body language experts swear by its usefulness when used alongside other cues. Here's the trick. When someone looks up and to the left, they're usually trying to recall a memory, something they've seen or experienced. If they look up and to the right, it may mean they're constructing or imagining something, like creating a story or forming a lie. Looking sideways to the left is linked to remembered sounds, while to the right often connects to imagined sounds. And when someone looks down, especially to the right, they're often accessing internal feelings, shame, doubt, or self-reflection. Now, don't jump to conclusions. One glance doesn't mean someone's lying, but paired with nervous behavior, inconsistent speech, or defensive body language, that's when this trick becomes powerful. Also pay attention to eye contact. Too little can signal discomfort, dishonesty, or insecurity. Too much, especially if it feels forced, might mean someone is trying too hard to appear confident. The key is to observe patterns, not isolated moments. People naturally glance around, but when gaze direction aligns with hesitation or contradiction, you've likely uncovered something deeper. A handshake might seem like a simple greeting, but it's actually a mini psychological assessment hiding in plain sight. Think about it. A handshake is often the first moment of physical contact between two people. And in just a few seconds, it reveals more than you'd expect: confidence, dominance, anxiety, trustworthiness. Let's break it down. A firm handshake with eye contact. That usually signals confidence and openness. The person is comfortable and likely sees you as an equal. A limp or weak handshake might suggest insecurity, social anxiety, or submissiveness. It doesn't always mean someone lacks confidence, but it often reflects how they feel in the moment. A crushing handshake? That's often an attempt to assert dominance. Some people use it to overcompensate or establish control, especially in competitive settings. If someone uses both hands, a hand sandwich, they might be trying to appear warm and sincere, but it can also signal a need for control depending on context. Pay attention to how the hand is offered too. If their palm is facing slightly downward, they may be subconsciously trying to lead the interaction. If it's upward or neutral, they're more likely open and receptive. And timing matters. If someone hesitates to shake your hand or pulls away quickly, that's also a clue. They may be uncomfortable, distracted, or disinterested. The best part? This test takes only seconds, so the next time you meet someone new, don't just go through the motions. Read the message hidden in the shake. It could tell you everything you need to know before the conversation even begins. Have you ever noticed that when you're really vibing with someone, you start doing the same things, leaning in when they do, nodding at the same time, even matching their tone or posture? That's called mirroring, and it's one of the strongest nonverbal signs of connection. Psychologically, mirroring is something we do subconsciously when we feel trust, empathy, or attraction. It's your brain's way of saying, "I get you, we're the same." But here's where it gets really interesting. You can flip it and use mirroring as a way to read people. Here's how. Start by adopting a relaxed posture. Cross your legs, rest your hands, lean in just slightly. Then, a few minutes into the interaction, change your position subtly. If they mirror you, shifting in a similar way, echoing your gestures, that's a clear sign they feel connected or want to build rapport. If they don't mirror you at all, or if they suddenly stop, that may signal discomfort, distrust, or a shift in how they perceive you. Mirroring also works with speech. People in sync tend to match pace, tone, and even word choice. If you speak more slowly and they slow down too, or if you laugh and they join in quickly, that's their brain syncing up with yours. But beware of forced mirroring. It's easy to spot and feels manipulative. The trick is to watch for natural, unconscious alignment. Used wisely, this trick can tell you volumes about how someone feels toward you, whether they're open or closed off, and how much influence you really have in the moment. A smile is one of the easiest ways to appear friendly and approachable, but not all smiles are created equal. In fact, there's a big difference between a real smile and a fake one, and once you know what to look for, you'll never be fooled again. Psychologists call the genuine smile a Duchenne smile. It doesn't just involve the mouth, it activates the muscles around the eyes. You know it's real when someone's eyes squint slightly and small wrinkles, called crow's feet, appear at the corners. That's the key. A fake smile, on the other hand, only involves the mouth. It often looks tight, forced, or overly symmetrical. And the eyes? They stay flat and emotionless. It's the smile you give in awkward social situations, or the one you get when someone is trying a little too hard to be polite. Here's a quick trick. Tell a subtle joke or share something lighthearted. Watch how the person reacts. A genuine laugh or smile will ripple through the whole face. A fake one shows up and disappears quickly, like it was put there for show, not out of true emotion. The fake smile test is especially useful in interviews, negotiations, or any situation where people are trying to present their best selves. A real smile signals comfort, trust, and authenticity. A fake one? It could mean anxiety, disinterest, or even hidden motives. So next time someone flashes a grin, look past the mouth and straight into the eyes. That's where the truth lives. Want a quick way to read someone's values, honesty, or confidence? Ask them a question that seems simple, but watch how they answer it. It could be something like, what's something you're proud of? How do you handle stress? What would you do if you won the lottery? Here's the trick. You're not just listening to their answer, you're analyzing how they answer. Do they hesitate? Do they deflect with humor or sarcasm? Do they get nervous? Over-explain? Do they look away or speak in vague generalities? These subtle signs often reveal discomfort, uncertainty, or a lack of confidence. On the flip side, if someone answers directly, makes eye contact, and seems grounded in their response, even if it's not polished, they're probably being authentic. You're seeing the real person, not just a rehearsed version. This trick is powerful because it cuts past the surface. People often prepare for tough questions, but they're less guarded with questions that seem casual. That's when their real personality leaks through. Use this technique in everyday conversations, job interviews, first dates, even while networking. It's not about catching someone in a lie, it's about seeing past the mask and understanding who they are underneath. When you learn to listen between the lines, people reveal themselves more than they ever realize. Thanks for watching. Now that you know these 8 psychological tricks, you'll never see people the same way again. Whether it's reading body language, spotting fake smiles, or decoding subtle behavior, you're now equipped to understand others on a deeper level. If you found these insights helpful, give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who loves psychology as much as you do. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on psychological facts, dark psychology, and human behavior. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode. Bye-bye.